Hi, this is Terrell, graphic recorder and creator of Frame the Message Inc. This is Picture This, the webcast series. But now let's take a look at something that seems to be central to most concepts: people. Most people I meet say to me, "I can't draw, I can barely draw a stick figure." And my response to them, "Well, that's great. Then keep rocking those stick people." I'm going to show you 4 styles of people drawing, all acceptable ways of communicating the message of people: stick people, star people, shape people, and screen beans. In this module, I'm only tapping into a few basics. Let's start with stick people, something that many of you already know how to do. You know that stick people really are probably the clearest when it comes to portraying a message. No place that I know that you can't draw a stick person and have somebody immediately recognize that as identifying as a person. So how can we make stick people a little more communicative? By adding just a few details. So often it's easy to add to a stick person by simply adding hair or a hat. Honestly, what makes a stick person so insignificant is probably because they're not wearing clothes. A stick person can come to life simply by giving them something to do. This next person is the style that I learned early on. It requires a little bit more finesse in that you need to know how to make a star. So if you need to practice a few of those, do that now. But the star person is basically the bottom half of a star with a face on the top. It's pretty simple. You can move the star person's hands and feet around. You can space them however you like and add whatever kinds of things that you want around it. But the basic premise of a star person is probably one of those that many graphic facilitators and meeting planners use a lot, simply because once you master the star person, you can pretty much put them in any position or with any prop that you choose. So you can put star people together. Again, it's about the concept, not about the accuracy. You can't really mess up a star person. By putting them together at a table, you can see they're collaborating. There's all kinds of things that you can do with star people. It's simple, it's easy, you practice them. It's a nice beginning place to start. So next is the shape person. If you know how to draw a circle, a triangle, or a square, you've pretty much mastered the shape. The shape person is really just about using the shapes you already know to create some characters. So you can see with the circle, we can create a lot of different character images. We can have a husband and his wife, maybe his teenage daughter, rocking and rolling there. And we can even give them motion simply by kind of changing their arms and legs. You can see that there's a lot of characteristics of a stick person here as well. Notice you don't have to draw much of circles even for hands and feet. So it really is about just kind of adding some fun little details to the shape person. So with the triangle, of course, same concept as adding some clothing to your stick person. The triangle can be part of their body, or even parts of them can be created from the triangle themselves. So you can take animals, and remember the old geometry games you used to play with the squares and triangles and trapezoids, and put them together. This is kind of the same kind of concept. Tanagrams, we used to call them in school, I believe. So again, just adding characteristics, the square can kind of be the same concept. It can be a combination of a circle and a square, or have a little fun with all squares and just a few circles, depending on what kind of character you want to create. Again, it's really using the same concept as a stick person, giving them something to do. Again, it's just looking at that everything that we create, including people, are really just made up of shapes that, as long as we can kind of be creative and pay attention and know that we're not drawing necessarily a realistic person, but it certainly gets the point across. So for some of you old-time users of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, you've probably heard of the screen bean. The screen bean is something that was used prominently in the presentations of years past, because it was available through ClipArt Gallery and many Microsoft programs. And so you likely have seen clip art of the screen bean. The idea is it's shaped like a bean. So if you can create a body looking like a bean and add your stick figure hands, arms, and legs, then you can pretty much make a screen bean do anything you want. It is a pretty simple character. It's kind of based on the idea of a silhouette rather than the details of eyes and ears and a mouth. It instead uses its kind of physical properties to be able to relay a message. So it's easy to kind of think about ways that you can use a screen bean to create emotion, like this poor guy lost his keys, and now he's just distraught. I've been there, experienced that. Or I guess you could also look at him as maybe he's bowing in some sort of humble prayer or meditation. So again, the screen bean is really just kind of a way to create some emotion. It portrays a message simply by using props, just as all the other people do around it. But I find the screen beans kind of fun. Some people don't like to use them anymore because they were so widely used in the past. But I find that even if it's not a bean shape, using silhouettes is a great way to represent people, because you can draw them quickly. You don't have to worry about getting all of the details. You can communicate a message, of movement, of collaboration. Again, screen beans are something fun to try. So this introductory module provided you with just a few basics to get you started on your path to mastering the art and heart of communication. You've hopefully developed some newfound confidence in your use of visuals. Now, how can they help you to stand out from the crowd? You can gain access to 5 more modules just like this one, each one designed to go deeper into the value of visual learning and teach you even more valuable skills to improve your effectiveness as a visual communicator.